Hi boys and girls, it's Shane here. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We need to increase the speed at which it cools off in here. Let's make it stronger. There we go. Welcome in. I'm at my friend Casey's house. He bought this last week and we're going to be doing a countertop here. The countertop is behind me. We've got it all prepped. I'm waiting on him to get back with the epoxy. He should be back momentarily. But we've got it all primered and more or less ready to go. Hi guys. Before starting a project like this, it's important to consider safety. I'm definitely a proponent of staying safe in a job place. I have things like my steel toe flip-flops on. In case I were to drip some epoxy, my steel toe flip-flops should protect my toes from the epoxy. I also have my color-coordinated scrunchie because if you want to protect your head and your hair in a job site, it's important that your scrunchie matches your shirt. Yeah, very important. This is a safety feature, and a lot of OSHA guys have gotten. Yeah, very important. This is a safety feature, and a lot of OSHA guys have gotten really lax on this in the workplace. They won't check your color coordination. OSHA guys have gotten really lax on this in the workplace. They won't check your color coordination. They feel like it's discriminatory to worry about your scrunchy colors, things like that. But I'm not one of these new school liberal guys. I'm all about making sure that my hair scrunchie coordinates to my shirt properly. So we are safe and we are ready to go. Hello. I've got some gloves here. These are some extra thick nitrile gloves. Yep, the steel toe flip-flops are on and we are ready to make a countertop and a backsplash. It's going to be cool. Thank you so much. So I got back from lunch and Casey forgot to go pick up the epoxy. So he just left to go pick up the epoxy. He left it at his house. In the meantime, we've got a few different implements. This is going to be for stirring the epoxy. See, it's going to spin just like that, and that's going to stir the epoxy for us. You can find them on my shop. Yes, my steel toe flip-flops are available on my shop. Let's see if I can find them here. They sell out in the summertime sometimes, so let's see if I can add this in here. Yep, here we go. So these are absolutely, and they're on sale right now. That's a really good deal, actually. Really good time to buy some flip-flops. These are the ones I use all the time. You'll see me on ladders with these. I've literally roofed houses in the shoes that I have the flip-flops I have there. What did I use to cut the sinkhole? I used a jigsaw. Let me show you. It is here. A jigsaw is one of the safest saws you can use. It has a little blade that goes outward and backward. So when I pull the trigger, I'm going to try to do it slowly, see. And then the faster I pull it, the faster it goes. But it's got these little sharp teeth on it. The faster I pull it, the faster it goes. But it's got these little sharp teeth on it. Yep, those are my steel toe flip-flops. You guys will love them, I promise you. They are the best flip-flops you can possibly wear. I do all sorts of jobs wearing these flip-flops. I do ladder work, I do everything in them. Highly, highly recommend. There may be a little bit of lag, that's a possibility. I'm in an old house with lime plaster walls and all that, and that's a possibility. I can't really do much about it. We don't have Wi-Fi here at this job site. You're going to rent in Fort Smith. I've got a place available for rent right now. Yeah, steel toe flip-flops, they're the best. You're having a yucky day. Aww. Well, Kylie, I'm sorry you're having a yucky day. Today's going to be an incredible day. We're about to turn these cheap pieces of particle board into one of the coolest looking countertops you'll ever see in your life. It should be available in the TikTok shop. I've got it added right now. And it's on sale. Okay, we're going to unpin. I'm going to remove this now and we're going to move forward. At some point, some of you guys can do reviews of how great these products are. That's definitely one I recommend. How do I remove that? Let's see. Delete. There we go. Remove. Boom. All right. My wife's at home working on something probably. So these counters, well, these are pieces of particle board with some paint and some epoxy sculpt right now. But they're about these counters, well, these are pieces of particle board with some paint and some epoxy sculpt right now. But they're about to become some epoxy countertops for my buddy's kitchen. So let's just do a summary real quick for those of you who don't know where we're at and kind of catch you up on what's going on. So Casey, he approached me 3 months ago and he's like, hey, I'd like to meet with you. I'm really serious about getting into real estate investing. So he met with me and the wife on a Sunday morning brunch that we do every Sunday. Is it lagging that bad? Let me know if anybody else is having issues. Are we good? So anyway, he met us on a Sunday morning. It is lagging bad. Okay, let me come back. Hang on just a second. Good. So anyway, he met us on a Sunday morning. All right, hopefully that's better. So anyway, he reached out to us and we went and met with him on a Sunday morning brunch about 3 months ago, and he talked to me about how he wanted to real estate invest and he was inspired and he'd been watching me for a year. So I said, all right, well, let me help you. So I helped him look at deals and talked about what to look for. The same things I talk with you guys about all the time. But I physically went to a couple of the houses for him and looked at a couple of them. And this is the one he ended up buying, this deal. So this is a 2-bedroom apartment. This house has a 1-bedroom apartment. It has a 4-bedroom house. And then it has a 2-bedroom apartment as well. So all of these are on this same property. And he was able to buy it all for $140,000, I believe. Or $130,000, somewhere in that range, for a low price. It's worth about $400,000 fixed up. So once we fix this up, it's going to be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars more than he spent for it. And once we fix this up, it's going to be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars more than he spent for it. And this is his first ever remodel project. He's never done one before, but he's already got this place going pretty nice. It's cooling off. There's a nice mini split up here that's keeping everything comfy. And this is going to become a great place for people to live. He's going to make money off of it. Somebody's going to have a great landlord and live in a great home. So that's going to benefit them. The people that wanted to sell the house, they're benefiting. The person that gave them the loan is going to make money off the interest. Everybody involved is going to win. Our city is going to be a better place with less vacant homes that are causing problems. It's just good for everyone. So this is a win-win. And business should be that way. Business should absolutely be a thing where everybody involved wins. Most people think business is about taking advantage of another person. And if you're making money, somebody else must be losing money, but that's not at all the way it is. Have I had to get a new roof or no? Just asking because I need to get a new one on my house. I don't know. So yeah, I've had to do roofs before. Some of them I've done myself. Some of them I've paid people to do. It just kind of varies. My favorite tip for getting a roof put on is, and this sounds, it sounds the way it is, but it's the truth. Go to your local Mexican restaurant that's an actual Mexican restaurant and look for some business cards up on the front counter. Grab one of those business cards, call the person, use Google Translate if you need to, and get you a roof. That's the best way to do it. Those will be the same guys the big roofing companies hire. And realistically, if you're a roofer working for one of the big companies, you've got your card sitting in a Mexican restaurant somewhere. Yes, I've had this since November. It's the longest lasting tape measure I've had so far. They were on my TikTok shop, but I don't know if they're still available or not. I am absolutely shocked that this has lasted. I really thought it was going to be cheap. I like the click that it makes. The thing about it I didn't like at first is it has this belt clip. Or it has this instead of a belt clip. It doesn't have a belt clip. And I thought, oh no, you know, I have to pull it off all the time to use it. But in reality, most of the time, I'm measuring from my waist, and I just leave it on the hip. It's so flexible, I can just bend and then let go and grab it and bring it back in. Or even when I want to measure like to the top of a door or something, where normally I would take the whole tape measure off and move it around, I'll just grab this like so. So it's still on my belt clip, or on the belt loop thing. I don't even take it off my side, and I'll do my measurement, and then I'll just reach down and push the button like that. So I've been using it for quite a while now, and I like it. I've never had one so flexible. Like, it just, you know, you can just about do whatever you want with it. Just twist it up like that much. You could never do that with a regular tape measure, and it'll just open right back up. Well, thank you, Angela. It is such a rewarding project, isn't it? And your home will be worth so much more than when you started. That is a great way to build wealth within your own life. This one's pretty dull on the edges. I mean, I'm not saying I couldn't cut myself on it, but like I can. It's bubbled over really good. So I mean, that's really fast. So I mean, that's really fast. It'd be hard to cut yourself on this. I only did it on my own home for a while. About 8 years ago when I got into real estate investing is when I started doing it for my other houses. You're accident prone. Well, I'm sorry, Neela. You don't need to worry, I'm not going to hurt myself. My color coordinated scrunchie is going to protect me. It matches my shirt. That's an important safety element. Thank you for the rose. Thank you, everyone. And if you've never sent a heart me, it's to reach new folks. How old am I? I'm in my mid-40s. I have some DIY videos on my DIY playlist about the wall style that we do, and the reason why we do it and how it works for us. Hello, Mountainburg, home of the Mountain Burger. Well, I'm over 40, I can assure you. Well over 40. I've got a birthday coming up soon. Ah, congratulations for passing your exam. What's the theme for the countertops? So, Casey's kind of like me when I first got started. He's a little bit timid about being too weird. He wants it to be pretty normal. So he's picked out a picture of some basic marble quartzite look that we're going to kind of replicate. So we're going to make this look like a traditional marble quartzite kind of look. I would do something more interesting if I was him. Wait till you see my next epoxy counters I do for one of my houses. I got an idea up here that's going to be unlike anything the world has ever seen before, and I'm super excited to make it happen. Drain cleaning. I always hire out drain. Drain cleaning. I always hire out drain cleaning. And most of the time I hire out lawn care because I'm very allergic to grass. You're back. Can you have epoxy?
Yeah, I got the epoxy.
Casey, remember the epoxy. He didn't make a mistake. He remembered it from the very beginning. Yeah, now that we have epoxy, we can actually do the live, can't we? Is it possible to get into real estate while being a firefighter? Well, as far as I know, firefighters and real estate investing are not mutually exclusive. So I don't see a reason why that would cause you a problem. I'm going to put on some gloves. Yes, we're going to do this epoxy live. Make sure to share. Everybody loves these kinds of things. Tap, tap, tap. Or if you want to send some gifts or something, if you've thought about it, this is a good one, because the more things like that happen, the more people will join us. And the more people that join us, the more people can learn how fun it is to do things like this. Thank you, everyone. Just kind of doing the final dust off here. What was my message?
I'm not sure how to...
You love the ocean-themed counter. Well, we're not doing anything that creative. Casey's still a little new to this and doesn't want to go too wild, so we're going to do something that's going to look way more traditional. This will be more in lines with what you would expect to find. I'm wearing my steel toe flip-flops. You can find these on my TikTok shop, so we're all good to go. I'm also wearing my color-coordinated scrunchie. It matches my shirt, which is an important safety element. Am I making a video out of it too? No, I've got a couple of epoxy videos already on my DIY playlist if you want to watch some of my others. I may pull out an excerpt of this later, but this time we're doing it live. So if you're not here with me while we're doing it, you may not get to see it. It just depends on what we can pull out of it later. And as my children can tell you, pulling out is not my strong suit. Oh, that's funny, isn't it? Sometimes I'm funny. Go ahead and pull keys out of my pockets and things. Does it have to dry any special way? We need to keep the temperature relatively controlled, so this is a temperature controlled environment. We got the mini split going in here. If it gets too hot, that can cause it to cure a little too fast. Don't you want to wipe down the table with fiber cloth? Why would I need to? Don't you want to wipe down the table with fiber cloth? Why would I need to do that? Or anything that's important for this at all? Will your ruined particle board? No, once we're finished, this will be completely waterproof. Many of your countertops have particle board underneath, and this one just has particle board underneath as well. It just has a plastic coating on the outside. I've had some of these done with particle board last, right now they're over 10 years and they've still had no issues. I'm going to go over here as well, kind of this way. So what we're going to do, we're going to try something here. I don't know how this is going to work. This is a new experience for me, but Casey is live on TikTok and we're going to try to set up a co-host scenario where you'll be able to get this from a couple different angles while we're working. So you'll be able to see what's going on. Scenario where you'll be able to get this from a couple different angles while we're working. So you'll be able to see what's going on. So let's see how this works. I'm going to try to, do a co-host thing. Co-host Casey.
I don't think I can do it.
You can't do it yet. Why not?
Because I need more followers.
Casey doesn't have enough followers. You guys all need to go follow Casey.
It costs you nothing.
Yeah.
All I need is 200.
Lagging again. Okay, hang on. All right, hopefully that fixes the lagging. All right, hopefully that fixes the lagging. Hopefully that helps. All right. I think we're going to be good.
Yeah.
What I don't want is any like bumps that are upward or anything like that. A little bit of dust or whatever on the surface isn't going to matter due to the thickness. Nope, not fixed. Well, it's just the...
I have a hotspot. I don't know if that will help.
Who's your carrier?
Verizon.
Mine would be T-Mobile. Who's your carrier?
Verizon.
Mine would be T-Mobile.
If you want to touch it.
If you want to try it out, I mean, that'd be a possibility. Mine would be T-Mobile.
If you want to touch it.
If you want to try it out, I mean, that'd be a possibility, maybe.
A mobile hotspot.
Let me know when you're good. What's the name of your network?
I never restarted. Does this tell you? Is this how many people you have in here?
No, that's how many hearts you've got.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Just crank it up now.
I'm still working on it. Give me just a moment. We're getting a mobile hotspot set up.
Okay, it's RC400L.
Okay, hang on. RC400.
Okay, it's RC400L.
Okay, hang on. RC400L.
Yeah.
Don't see it. Oh, wait, there it is. RC400L.
Yeah.
Don't see it. Oh, wait, there it is. All right.
Hi, Shane.
Oops, we're on a Wi-Fi thing. Hey, guys. Hi, boys and girls.
Hi, honey.
And if you look in the most recent video that I did, I tagged Casey. And if you look in the most recent video that I did, I tagged Casey in it, and everybody, he has it set up on his end as well, so hopefully one side. Are we good now? Still not good. Still not good. Cool project.
Okay, thanks, Lori. Mine's not lagging.
Are we any better?
It's not lagging, Candace.
I've said still not good 54 times. It is better now. Okay? Oh. He's having technical difficulties with the stand. Between the two of us, eventually we're going to get a live stream going and we're going to make some countertops. It's better now. Okay. This is Casey's house.
That's okay. You can play at work too. This is gonna fall.
What kind of
It sticks in the truck really well, but I usually have something to brace the arm with.
Okay.
Where's that cardboard at?
Hi everybody. This is Casey. Casey's account, my account, everybody. We're trying to get you a couple different angles for the people that want to see this. My account, everybody. We're trying to get you a couple different angles for the people that want to see this. I do free labor with advice, yes. Casey showed up and helped me out a lot on that last remodel we finished, and I owe him more than a favor. You'll see him tagged in my most recent video so that you can follow and find him. We're working on setting everything up.
Sorry guys, we're gonna get it worked out here in just a second.
Yep. Then we'll actually begin this process.
There we go.
Ah, I think you got it.
Yeah, a little ingenuity.
Yeah, look at this. So a piece of cardboard. And we've got some, yeah, I feel like that is some great ingenuity there. Redneck engineering. So Casey bought this house for basically nothing, and he's got to renovate it. This is a 2-bedroom apartment. Then he's got a 4-bedroom house and another apartment to do, all as part of this one property. And afterwards, he's going to be basically a full-time real estate investor.
Yep.
So you're totally changing gears of your life. 40 years old.
Yep.
Anybody can do this.
Yep.
All right. Let's get started. So buckets for mixing, that's our first step. Yes, Casey followed me for the past year. He reached out to me and we went and had a lunch together. And he asked me a lot of questions about how to get started. I helped him look at a couple of houses. We did some videos even on those. And here we are. He's got a house now. It's his. He's got to get it ready. He's got to do the real things to make this into a reality. Okay. Let's see. Where are your paint things? We're going to want to drill. With the battery, just drill there. Whatever, drill with the battery. We're going to need some of these things. I'm going to set these nearby. I'll give it to them. Trying to get all of our supplies.
We got a mixer, but I need to get one.
I've got one, had it a second ago. Where'd I put it?
Right.
Here it is. So these things are called mica powder, and they're going to add a lot of different colorants and everything. But we're really going for mostly a monotone or mono-colored gray and white. So kind of like a white marble, I think is kind of the look we're going for. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so we want this to look really natural. It's not going to be the ocean or anything as cool as what I would normally do. But that's okay. Casey will get more extreme with time. That's what happens to all of us. Most people think the extreme phase is teenagerhood, but not for us. We get more extreme as we age. All right. Once we begin, we will have about 45 minutes to an hour of work time. After that, we're done. Whether we're done or not, we are done.
We're done.
So there comes a point of time on this temperature day, probably 45 minutes to 50 minutes in, where no more. So there's always, I want to do a little bit more, I want to do a little bit of this. At some point, we just have to go hands off and we're done with it. Okay?
Yep.
All right.
So nothing to hold it right here, the epoxy from dripping down.
I was just going to drip right onto the plastic. That's what the plastic's for.
Gotcha.
I'm going to step all over it. My feet are going to be sticky, but I'm wearing my steel toe flip-flops, so it's going to be fine. Your shoes, though, they're effed. You will not clean this out of tennis shoes.
No, over with.
Come on, come in.
You strong hand.
Get something to poke it with. If you've never seen me do epoxy before, I've got a couple videos on my channel where we've done ocean countertops and we've done various other countertops. I think I got it now. Maybe.
You got some pliers.
Might need pliers, huh? And you got the epoxy that I told you to, right?
Yes, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Good, good, good.
If there's anything that I do well, it's follow directions.
All right. So one of these is thin. This is the thin one. Okay. And one of these will be thicker.
All right.
So the other one will be the thick one. We'll need the foam roller with the 6-inch roller. Welcome in, everyone. We're going to make this piece of particle board into something amazing. Alright, so we're going to go to half liter. So both of those should be the same amount. Very important. Of all the mistakes you can make doing this, the worst mistake is improper mixing.
Okay.
Because if you don't mix this correctly, it will never cure. It doesn't matter what you do. Anything else we mess up, as long as it cures, we can do another layer right over the top and
Gotcha.
change the look completely. Everything's fine. But if it doesn't cure, we have to scrape it off. It's a big
Might
mess.
as well start over.
It's just about, let's just start over and do another one.
Yeah.
Just about, depending on how much of it doesn't cure and everything else. So mixing it properly is one of the most important things.
Get
So-
a little more in this one.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. So we're going to add a little bit more of this runnier one. Yeah. And we're going to, this will be our first mix. We'll add a little bit more as we go.
Hi, Jennifer.
Is Jennifer in?
She is.
Is she on mine or yours?
She said hi online.
Ah, darling, you traitor. You traitor. Okay. They'll need to stay nearby because we'll be mixing up some more
Okay.
before we're all said and done. Okay. Oh, you got two at once. Okay. Got two at once. I want to see how the framing looks. Huh? I feel like you're going to be able to see everything we're doing.
What is Casey's TikTok?
What is Casey's TikTok account? I have tagged it in my most recent video. If you just look at my most recent video, that should be able to help you. We're going to be using the 6-inch foam roller. We're going to be using some paint stir sticks. We're going to be using a whole bunch of other stuff I'll try to identify as we go. Let's see. I want you to go through and pick out some colors in here.
Okay.
Whatever colors you pick, we can make work. So
Okay.
pick out some of those colors.
And what is this gonna do?
That'll be a later step, but if we pick it out now, we'll have less thinking about it later.
Gotcha. What color do you guys think I should pick?
I also have a bunch more, in case that's not overwhelming enough. So we've got a lot more colors here. I'm thinking we need to do some silver,
Okay.
so I'm just going to go ahead and make an executive decision
Yeah,
here
yeah.
and pull out some
Silver.
silver.
And where is this gonna go? Exactly like in the process?
The silver will go relatively early. These colors will be one of the last steps.
Okay, in the
Yeah, or one of the later, probably the middle steps, yeah.
Well, I'm very indecisive. And I-
I like the indecisiveness, it makes it more fun. Do you happen to have any acetone here?
I do. I got mineral spirits. Is that what?
Acetone would be better.
I don't have acetone.
Okay, it's all right. Just kidding.
Oh, I have some goo off. I think that's
No, acetone or not. It's okay.
Silver gray.
We already got a silver.
I'm boring.
I knew he was going to have trouble with this. It's fun to
Yeah.
watch him struggle.
I need help, guys. What color?
Somebody says purple and silver.
Purple and silver.
Somebody says silver, gray, black, and white. Somebody else says purple. Red, black, and silver. Blue, purple, purple, oranges.
Blue and purple.
Blue.
Purple seems to be the winner, huh?
Several people seem to be implying purple. Tell you what, let me see which purple options we've got here. I'm gonna grab a couple different ones. If I had to pick a purple, this would be the one I would pick. We're gonna add some purple to this countertop.
Let's add some purple.
He's terrified of that. That scares the hell out of him, I can tell. So this one we're gonna add, that's silvery white. Okay.
Yes, it does need to match the kitchen.
Yep.
And it is not a classic color. It's not a classic color, but to be honest with you, I'm not sure exactly where it's going to go.
You'll
It's a
see.
surprise.
You will see.
But
You'll
I
see.
trust his judgment because he's not going to steer me in the wrong direction.
Unless I think it's funny.
Gold's a good color.
We definitely have some gold available. Let's see.
It's going to be an undertone, so it's going to be white with gray, kind of silver, like swirls, kind of like a marble. But it can be whatever I want, really. This is, you know, it's definitely not going to be the same as anything else in the whole city, right?
Yeah, this will be a totally unique thing when we're done. Absolutely. And the colors I'm picking out are not absolutely necessary, but I think these are colors that can work with what you got going.
Amber says she definitely wants gold in there.
Amber says gold. Well, we're not going to argue with her, are we?
I'm not going to argue with her.
Okay, if we're going to do gold, we're going to do gold. Let me get the gold out.
You got it. I'm not going to argue with you.
Yep, we don't argue with the ladies. That's how much gold I keep around, just because I am serious about gold. Okay.
We are doing custom epoxy countertops.
I want to mix in some good neutral tones.
Amber says gold, black, gray, and white. That is exactly what we're doing. You called it.
Gray. All right. So these colors, I think, will all work pretty darn good.
For your followers, we will do purple on the next one, on the smaller apartment. How about that?
We're going to mix purple in on this one.
Oh,
It's already been decided.
getting it now.
Purple's happening. You guys are going to, I bet you money. I will bet you right now that the favorite part of this whole counter when it's done is the purple.
Okay.
You want to make a bet on it, or do you disagree?
Amber, should we bet on that?
You have to be honest with me, but I will make a bet right now with you that your favorite color, when we're done with this, the favorite part will be the purple.
She's thinking.
Do I
She
take
said, no, I trust him. You gained a trust.
All right. Okay, let's see. We're going to set these colors over here. This will be our additional mixing station. I got some plastic cups earlier when we were at the store.
Yeah.
They're either in the front seat of my truck or I brought them in a bit ago. I'm not sure which. Okay. Alrighty then. Spoon. Once we mix these together, it'll be game on time. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be good. All right. Grab a couple more spoons.
White, black, and gold. I like that combo. We are going to do purple, gold,
There's definitely going to be black.
gray, white.
Okay, we don't need those yet. We're going to need those over here in just a little bit. So keep these nearby. You got gloves on?
Yep.
You got more than one layer of gloves on?
No, I do not.
Double up those gloves. That way when they get sticky in a bit.
Did you bring any more by chance?
I've got 4 on so I can. I've done this before.
Only got one more. There we go.
Okay. All right. Predominantly white is what you want, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But you said the white like tends to yellow.
Yeah. No.
So should we do predominantly maybe gray?
If we add just a little bit of gray into it, that's going to minimize some of that quite a bit.
Okay.
So this is a liquid paint pigment. This is from literally Sherwin-Williams, but this would be any paint store can provide you with a white pigment or whatever color pigments like they would add to paint when they're tinting colors. So I'm just going to take about a half spoonful of this white and we're going to stir it around in this, and it's just like we're tinting paint. I haven't mixed the epoxies yet. White is a very, very strong color, so it does not take much of this white or the black. The white and the black will go very quickly. So now one side of the epoxy resin is white. Now, we want this to be a slight gray. So to make this a slight gray, I need to add just the tiniest little bit of black. This is black pigment, also from Sherwin-Williams. All I'm going to do is take the tip of my spoon, just the back tip of it, and I'm going to dip it in just like that, and I'm even going to let it drip off a little bit. I can always add more black to it, but I can't take it out. Okay? So we're going to stir that around just a little bit. Okay? All right. Let me set this aside over here.
User 88 says, no purple, keep it modern.
Keep it modern. Purple isn't modern. Wait till you see this when we're done.
I think you'll be surprised.
I think you will.
He has not steered me wrong at all in this whole process, so.
And he can always do it again. He'll know how now.
I don't want to do
You can go right over the top and change it. Okay. What do you think of that gray?
I think it's good, yeah.
Okay. All right. That's going to be the color. That'll be the base color of this. Okay. All right. So here we go, guys. Once we mix these two things together, our timer starts.
Clear off the space. So are we gonna, is all this gonna do these backsplashes as well?
Yeah.
So, okay.
That's the plan anyway. We'll see how it works out.
Wow, so it goes far.
Hopefully. We can always add more as we need to. You got some other mixing containers, right?
No, just those two.
I thought you had a couple other buckets.
I have
that were
smaller ones,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, they don't need to be this big, but yeah, just make sure those are handy. Okay. Should I add some sparkles? About a little pixie dust? Let's add just a little bit. There we go. Once Casey gets back, we will mix and we will get started. It's a good idea once we finish this for us to just leave and not stay in the environment at all. So as soon as we finish this, he will be done working for the day. You ready, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I'm going to pour the thicker one into the thinner one. And I'm going to pour it so that it doesn't touch any of the sides. This sticks to the sides of things and it makes it hard for it to mix because even though you're spinning, it'll just stay stuck to that side, and that'll create the mixing glitch when we get to the end that it doesn't cure up.
Gotcha.
So by pouring it into the center, the runny one will make a membrane around the outside and it won't tend to stick to the edges much. So see how that's just kind of enveloping around it as it goes?
Yep.
So we're just going to pour it right to the center just like that. The mixing is the most important step. I cannot emphasize that enough. As long as we mix it well, nothing that we do is a big deal. We can always come back and do it again.
Okay.
Not mixing it correctly, that's something we can't recover from easily. All right, so what I'm going to do now is scrape the sides. We don't scrape the sides once we've mixed. That's just my ringtone. You guys get to enjoy some good music for a little bit. We don't get to take calls once we started mixing. We're on a timer now.
Yeah.
Okay. And I know you get stressed easily about some things like times and stuff like that. It's really important we stay calm. There's lots of time, and it's better to just stay calm and know that we're going to be all right. And then we can always do it again if we need to, for whatever reason, okay? So I've got a clean stick now. I will not use that stick again because I've scraped one of the sticky ones with it. There we go. Go ahead and keep that going kind of slow. I'm going to add just a tad bit more white. I think it's a little too dry. So as you spin it, make sure to push it against the sides completely. Kind of like that. And also on the bottom. Again, just spinning it around isn't enough. If it sticks to the sides, it just won't mix. And we can speed it up a little. We don't want to whip it though. We don't want to get a lot of air in it. How does that gray look to you?
Hi, Kayla. That looks good. Yeah, it looks perfect.
Okay, so I'm going to let that run for just a moment.
Mixing is the hardest part, making sure everything is combined, yep.
Okay. After this, it gets a lot easier. You want to find somewhere to set that? We may need it later, but I don't think we will. Okay. Let's go ahead and set this aside for now. Here we go. I'm just going to pour it, literally, right to the middle.
Hi, Grace.
We're going to pour it right to the middle. Okay. Now we want to spread it around. Okay. And we'll get an idea of how much we need on each part as we go. A little bit more than that. Spread that around for me, bud. Try to cover all the surface. It doesn't matter if it's fully thick yet or anything. Just try to cover it. Okay. So we want to go all the way to the edge.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's going to go off the edge.
Gotcha.
That's part of the point. We want it to go off the edge. So we don't want to like just push a whole bunch of it.
Right,
It's
right.
wasteful, but it's definitely going to exceed the edge. So we got us a nice light gray going. Does that feel good and neutral to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't worry, it won't stay that way. Good and neutral to you? Yeah. Don't worry, it won't stay that way. Okay. And it's not like spreading paint, so I don't need to put too much pressure. I'm just wanting to spread it around, and it's going to seek its own level. So spots like that will just fill in. The ridges, all that's not going to be important right now. I'm going to go ahead and bring it across the front edge too. Just a little bit.
Yes, it is a foam roller.
You don't want to use one that has any kind of knit to it because it'll stick into the epoxy.
No, there is no theme. This is just going to be an apartment for
It's going to end up with a theme. We've got purple involved.
Yeah.
The internet asked for purple. It's going to end up with a theme. We've got purple involved.
Yeah.
The internet asked for purple. He's terrified of purple, but he's going to love it.
Lag, yeah. For some reason the internet or the signal's not the best today. Let me move the hotspot a little closer. froze. Everybody freeze.
On both sides?
No, mine's not. I don't know what's going on. It just, yeah, I moved the hot spot a little closer.
Hopefully that helps.
Bear with us. It's good now. Okay, good deal. This is fun.
The base layer. Need everything covered.
Okay, so this is the base.
Yeah. All your base are belong to us.
Hmm.
I said all your base are belong to us. Tell me you're not too young to know that. You have no idea. No, you have no idea. I'm an old man.
You're 4 years older than me.
I'm such an old man compared to you. Dude,
You are old.
you're like a youngin'. You're some millennial little thing. And
You should have heard him fart earlier. Blew dust out.
like a youngin'. You're some millennial little thing. And
You should have heard him fart earlier. Blew dust out. No, we're not related.
Nope, he's just a TikTok follower who had the guts to reach out to me. We literally met from TikTok.
My service is fine. Yeah. He's got the T-Mobile. Upside down pineapple. No, we're not those kind of friends.
Okay. This is the longest layer, is always the first layer. There you go. There's quite a bit extra. I'm going to go just a little bit more over here.
We still got these.
I know. This is a lot more than those need.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a little bit more on the front edge on this one too. Okay. If we don't have enough, it won't do the effects evenly. Okay, here you go. You want to work on those? I'm going to roll this out for just a second. If you remember from Edward Scissorhands, blending is the secret. Blending. I'm going to blend a lot of this in. All right. Here's the roller. Okay. Now, I'm going to mix up another color. Let's see. We're going to start with some darker accent colors. So you guys can't see me mixing, but I'm using the same bottles we were using earlier. I'm just going to be using clear plastic cups though. And to make it level, I will just mix an amount, and then I'll mix an amount in the next cup equal to this amount. So I'll just set them next to each other on the counter. That's down here, perfect. All right, so same process. I'm mixing the thicker liquid into the thinner one, just in a plastic cup this time. Trying to avoid letting it hit the sides. And for my mixing, I'm going to use a plastic fork, or plastic knife. Just some plastic cutlery like this. Very, very effective and very inexpensive. Sometimes you don't need fancy equipment. Sometimes just a trip to your Dollar Tree is enough. narrow space here. All right, we're mixing this around. You'll see it start to darken. That's not because of the pigment. That's just the chemical reaction between both layers as they mix. I'm using a fork because it's almost like a whisk in many ways. Once we get this mixed up really good, I'm going to pour it into a couple other small cups, and then we'll color each one of these, and these are going to become the veins of various color throughout this natural stone creation we're doing. The veins of various color throughout this natural stone creation we're doing. Speaking of natural stones, have you guys ever seen an amethyst? Amethysts are really pretty, aren't they? You know what color amethysts are? They're purple.
I'm just gonna take that.
See these little dark speckles that are forming on here? He's too caught up in one.
Go ahead, sorry.
See the little dark specks that are starting to form?
Yeah.
We're already starting to get some play. That's from, I added just the tiniest bit of mica powder to that before we did it. Just a tiny, tiny bit. All right.
I think I should add some more to this.
Some more what?
This gray to this.
Are you done with it?
I think I should add some more to this.
Some more what?
This gray to this.
Are you done with it? You got it all covered? Whatever we have left, I'm going to use for some more things, so let me know when you're done. Are we done? You got it? You got plenty left over? Oh yeah, great. Great, great, great. Okay. So I'm going to take some of what he's got here. I'm going to mix it into this, like so, just so I can see the color better and about the quantity. All right.
Thank you.
So this is the gray that we've already mixed, that we've been using. This is a little bit of black pigment. I'm just going to dip my fork in this and stir in some just direct black, just like that. Just the tiniest bit. A little bit of this stuff goes an incredibly long way. And this is going to darken that gray a whole bunch. All right. Okay, so you wanted, on the picture you sent me, the lines kind of going this way more so, right?
Yeah.
Okay, is that still the way you feel?
Yeah.
Last chance to change your mind. Once I do this. Okay. Here we go. Is that still the way you feel?
Yeah.
Last chance to change your mind. Once I do this. Okay. Here we go. So I'm going to start off the canvas and bring it onto the canvas. Okay. Anywhere where I drip, I'm just going to follow. I'm going to do another one over here before I get any further away. This is barely going to show up here, but just a little bit, just in case. Okay. Keep pouring. There we go. This will be a deeper one, then go and make it deeper. See that little bit of extra black, how much darker this comes out?
Yeah. Doesn't take much.
Okay. I want you to see what I did.
Mm-hmm.
Try to replicate approximate lines over there. Okay? Now, I'm going to blend these lines, strangely enough, with my roller. And I'm kind of like pulling up and down and tapping as I go because I want to change the heights of this a little bit. I don't want it to stay all the same thickness, or they're layers. It's layers of liquid. It's just a little vibration as we go. And if I get outside of the areas, it's going to be all right. We can just treat it like Bob Ross, and it'll become a happy little accident. Something we're happy with when we finish. All right. And working the front edges and stuff as we go. Ever so slightly.
All right.
And none of this is like, this isn't like painting. I'm not trying to make it look an exact way yet. This is a liquid. It's going to move around on us. And we're going to use that to our advantage here in a little bit. We want it to move. What do you think so far?
Looks good.
We haven't even gotten to the fun parts yet. See how I'm doing this?
Mm-hmm.
There's tapping a little bit here and there too. You can't necessarily tell I'm over exaggerating if you can see.
Yeah.
But it's upward and downward pressure to try to get it to change layers ever so slightly. And I'm getting outside of the space, but I'm kind of following the rough direction of things. Here you go. Anything I don't like now, I can kind of touch a little bit. Something like that. Okay. All right, that's done with the dark gray. Now we're going to go some true white. This will be part of our monotone stuff that we're doing. Mono color. This in here. So I'm just dividing this into different cups.
Okay.
I mixed up a bit earlier. And the one with the most, I'm going to add some white to. And nothing but white on this one. These are all liquid pigment colors at this point. You haven't really done anything with another one. So this is just straight up white. No gray. Put this into a clean container, just to make sure we're good. next lines follow exactly the lines we did before, and every layer that we do is going to follow those lines. See how I'm pouring the white?
Okay. Yeah.
Right on the lines.
Gotcha.
Or next to, around, follow the same angles and everything as the previous lines.
Less laughter. I am doing the backsplash. No, I'm doing the backsplash behind the countertop and the one on the side of the, or behind the sink and the one on the side.
Okay, here you go. Trade. Okay, here you go. Trading. Okay, I'm not going to layer this one as deep, but I am going to go ahead and do something similar with this. Okay. Just a shallower version of what we just did.
Okay. Not as aggressive.
Starting to see some of the effects you were going for
Yeah.
the picture you sent me?
Mm-hmm.
He only showed me the picture once, and I was like, yeah, we can do that. And he trusted me. Not the brightest guy.
Did you guys trust Shane to come in and do something for you without him ever seeing doing it?
This outside edge, so I'm going to start bringing the pigment down. Here you go. Alright, now to this white. I will change over. Okay, so gold. Everybody said gold for sure. We're going to go ahead and mix the gold in. Now, gold is extremely powerful. When we put gold on something, it will take over if you let it. So we put the tiniest bit of gold. This is just a little bit of gold mica powder. Just the teeniest bit. You see how bright that looks already. And I'm not going to pour this directly from my cup because getting too much on here is not what I want. And I'm just going to follow the pre-existing lines. When that sunlight hits the gold, you will see it, no matter how little bit it is. See how I'm doing this? Just the thinnest little bits. It's very, very strong, and that's going to spread out. If you overdo this gold, it's hard to get rid of. I like the way it looks, but just want to be very cautious with it. A little bit goes a long way.
Yes, it is, huh, honey? It looks pretty. Yeah, it's for a rental.
Go super thin on this side. So I'm just going faster. Go super thin on this side. So I'm just going faster. And if I don't keep it contiguous, it'll go fast. We're not going to use the paintbrush over this now.
Okay.
Okay. There you go. I'm going to brush this out for just a bit. I'm going to use it to keep doing the edges while we're going. The edges have to be protected to keep everything waterproof. Okay. Alrighty. Next color. What color do we want next? Let's see. We're going to do some silver powder. Ooh, man, that was a lot. Should I go with it? Is it a happy accident? I did not mean to put so much silver in this. Ooh, man. Silver powder's coming up and out of it. Hope you like my ringtone. Bonus points to anyone who knows where it comes from. This is extremely strong silver. It's going to add some nice sparkle when the sunlight hits it, kind of like the gold does. And we're going to change this up quite a bit here in just a minute. I feel like just a little bit there. Why not? Sometimes things work out in weird. Nature isn't perfect. Treat this one almost like the gold when I hand it to you.
Okay.
It's extremely a lot of silver, so even though it doesn't look like much, it's going to spread out as it sits.
Oh no.
That's what happened.
I pushed that thing. Yeah, honey, I know. We need to do ours next.
Careful, you're getting into the thing. All right. Oh.
You just did one layer, huh?
Oh.
You just did one layer, huh?
Yep. Alrighty. Let's do some more color. I promised purple. We're gonna do some purple pretty soon. I'm mixing up 2 more epoxies, or another epoxy here, and I'll divide it into 2 more cups. And these will probably be the last of our colors we add in. Here we go. What do you think so far?
Looks good. I like it.
You haven't seen anything yet.
Oh, it gets better?
Uh-huh. I always like to get opinions now, but
It gets better, guys.
this is just the beginning.
Here comes the best color.
If you would, get an extension cord nearby.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna need that here in just a couple minutes, okay? And in my box I have in there's a hair dryer.
Yep.
Plug it in there and turn it on in there to get any dust out of it so we don't kick up any dust in here. All right. Stirring up some epoxy. It is warm today.
It is.
I am sweaty.
Well, the AC is on 70. Looked like you did that.
Okay. It's starting to get clear again. Once it goes from cloudy, it starts to go back to clear. That's usually a good indication I'm getting it mixed well. What's your favorite place on this whole thing so far? It's always fun to pick your favorite spot now because it's always going to be different. So.
To be honest with you, right here.
Right there.
I like that.
All right.
I like it all though. It's very unique.
All right.
What's the lifetime of a counter done like this, Shane?
I haven't.
What's the lifetime of a counter done like this, Shane?
I haven't exceeded its lifetime yet. I've been doing it for a while. So I've yet to exceed one of their lifetimes.
The cabinets are greige. That is the color. So it is gonna match, definitely. Does this type of countertop stain?
No.
No.
I mean, in theory, everything could be stained by the right thing, but no, not really.
And it's waterproof, right?
Right. In theory, everything could be stained by the right thing, but No, not really.
And it's waterproof, right?
Right. And it's relatively heat resistant as well. You know, obviously there's always a limit.
Yeah, grayish. I know that's funny, right? We painted the top just with white primer. The lifespan is, he's not sure.
I've never exceeded the lifespan of one of these so far. So if somebody asked for purple, we're creating some purple. All right. And
Do you do the sides too? We do the front and the side right here, yeah. Only the parts that show. Woohoo, purple. Guys, if you don't mind heading...
he is as he goes.
I'll be doing the next countertops by myself. I'm sure Shane will be busy, so...
Potentially. I might make it over just to cause some trouble.
Yeah.
Okay. Foam brushes.
You need another one?
Yeah, like a fat foam brush, like the hand.
Yep. 2-inch?
What?
2-inch?
One of the bigger ones. Actually, no, just a little one would be great. I think a little one would be perfect for this. Yeah. Okay. All right. What do you think? Is purple going to mess this up? Is purple going to mess this up? I don't know. Let's see what happens when we add some purple. Can't change our mind now, can we?
Nope. Oh, that looks cool.
Uh-huh.
That looks so cool. I wish you guys could see this up close. We'll show you at the end, but it is so cool.
You had so many doubts about the purple color.
Hey, when anybody says, hey, do you want to put purple in your countertops, though? You're, you're like, I don't know about that.
I know. Somebody there was thinking that. Somebody out here in TikTok land.
Yeah, it was just boards a few minutes ago. So I was going to do granite countertops in here, and that was what, Shane?
That was going to be pretty damn expensive, wasn't it?
About $1,000 to do granite countertops, and then potentially a tenant coming in here and breaking them.
Yeah.
This is, and then potentially a tenant coming in here and breaking them. This is.
You'll be about $200 probably.
Yeah.
Not count. I mean, less than that really, because you're going to get to use this epoxy on other countertops. Not count. I mean, less than that really, because you're going to get to use this epoxy on other countertops.
So after everything's said and done, we'll be about $200 into it, if that. They want a close-up when we're done, Shane.
Don't worry, we'll definitely do some close-ups when we're done. I promise.
It's lagging again. Yeah, it goes good for a little bit and then it lags. It's lagging again. Yeah, it goes good for a little bit and then it lags.
Here you go. A little goes a long way on that one. Okay. So what I'm going to do is just take the brush and I'm going to touch anywhere I don't like and just kind of disturb it just ever so slightly. All that'll do is change the way it settles, and oftentimes the places I like the least become my favorite places after I do that.
Right.
Too much. What happens? All right. Now I'm going to do the color I want to do to this. Here comes some blue. Just a tad.
Yes, please, honey. If you're gonna be done soon, that'd be great. All right, what'd you do with that little squeegee?
Squeegee.
That little brush you had?
Oh, hang on.
Where'd you get the mica powder?
I get it on Amazon.
Oh,
There it is, yeah. Okay. I'm going to bolden up the purple. Where'd the purple go? We got some purple, but we're not quite there yet.
Down with the blue.
Yeah. Okay, got super light on that, won't take much. Okay, add a little more purple pigment just to really darken our purple. We're going to double down on it a little bit. Super thin. I'm literally just following my purple. Did you turn on that generator to blow the air out of it?
Yeah.
Okay. Ew. I'm going to be using it in just a second.
Yeah, adult art projects are the best. You see Shane's laser focus? What is the reason to do more branches off the larger lines? What is the reason you would think to do more branches off the larger lines? I think we're just having fun, really, huh?
Well, we're not done yet. It's all going to blend a little bit. Here you go. Now, I'm going to use a hairdryer.
Yeah, it is a little bit.
Now what?
She said this is a little bit better of an angle. I've got mine stuck on a car mount, stuck to the window, so we kind of just decided to do this. We really didn't have a plan.
Plans are for people who want to stress over plans.
Shane is teaching me to not have a and
I'm not.
he is not a planner, so we kind of meet in the middle.
I'm not.
He is not a planner, so we kind of meet in the middle. That's all. I wonder what quarry you would find this route.
It's still not done.
There's more?
There's more. This will be the undertones for the top layer now.
Oh, so there's still another layer that goes over the top.
Oh, this is. We're not far from being done now. See how this takes any of the brush strokes away? See, this kind of disrupts any of the core marks or brush
It
strokes.
makes it more. Yeah, tap the screen and show Shane some love.
That hot? That's every time. It's a sweat drop.
So there's some water in it.
Yeah, it'll be okay. We do need to get it off, so we'll use the hair dryer to do that. Did I ever tell you about the time I got your mom off the hair dryer?
Yeah, I really did. Okay. The epoxy you're using.
If anybody needs it, send me a link, or send me a message and I'll get you a link to it.
There you go.
See these?
Wow.
I want that on. What's going to happen is the mica is going to start to float higher and the other pigments are going to start to sink lower. So that's naturally going to occur. There's a thing of alcohol in my box, if you want to grab that.
In your work box?
Yep, you should see a bottle of alcohol. We're almost there. This part seems like it'd be fun. This is some chrome spray. This part seems like it'd be fun. This is some chrome spray paint. So I'm not spraying it on it, I'm letting it settle down on top. Not much, just a little bit.
I don't see it. What box?
In the box in here, the black box?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I said Chuck box and they're like, yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear that part, sorry.
It's okay.
So you need to take the hairdryer as you saw me do.
Yep.
Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some alcohol on my fingers,
Uh-huh.
and I'm going to spritz it with alcohol. So I'm just making little droplets. See that?
Yep.
Some spray paint.
live.
Feeling good? You switch sides with it just a sec. Okay. Set that here for now. That's chrome spray paint. This is metallic copper spray paint. I felt like we were a little shallow on earth tones, so I added some copper.
The person said they just did their countertops and this is way cooler than the $900 they spent.
Oh.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Follow Shane. I'll teach you how to do things way better for way less money. We have all different ways we do it. It's not always the same either. Sometimes we'll do concrete, sometimes we'll do other things. It just kind of depends on the job and what we got going.
Yeah, that is rubbing alcohol, Shadow.
Yeah, this is 91% alcohol. I'm choosing this because it evaporates quickly. What it's doing is when it hits, it's like a raindrop. It's creating a divot in the epoxy, but then it evaporates out really quickly. And then the epoxy finds its own level, but the epoxy has to refill that spot. And if I do the spray paint first, it pushes the spray paint to the edge, so it'll make little ringlets of sparkle from the metallic colors. You're going to be able to see it when we do a close-up here in a minute, but that's what makes it from the metallic colors. You're going to be able to see it when we do a close-up here in a minute, but that's what makes these little, if you look at it from the
Yeah, I
side,
see.
those little ringlets of sparkle.
Tilly, yeah, I do like the purple. I think it adds a uniqueness to it. It's different. It looks cool.
Yeah, look up how much it would cost you to get amethyst in your countertops.
Yeah.
Add a little more silver over that way. Okay. And then before the paint has long to dry, we will speckle it. The nice thing about the spray paint layer 2 is if we don't like it, we can actually just take spray paint layer 2 is if we don't like it, we can actually just take some paint thinner to it after and remove it because it'll set on the surface.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you haven't done a final clear layer over it, it'll come right off. So we can be a little bit more aggressive with it, and if we don't like it, we can always back it off a little bit later.
Yeah, Shadow, it gives it a texture, makes it look like raindrops.
Hello.
Hi.
Be very careful. It is extremely sticky.
Yeah, I'm not coming in.
And it will
Hi.
definitely stick to anything it touches.
Now come say hi to you real quick.
You like it?
It's beautiful. It goes really well with the gray cabinets.
How's the purple?
It's lovely.
Good.
It's like amethyst, huh?
lovely. Yes. Really well with the gray cabinets.
How's the purple?
It's lovely.
Good.
It's like amethyst, huh?
lovely. Yes, it is gorgeous.
She approves, guys.
Ah, she doubted. She didn't really doubt.
No, this is great. Very beautiful.
Okay. I think we're to the point we should leave this space and not kick up any more dust now. Come down and get my phone. Want me to grab your phone while we're at it?
Yeah, go ahead and show them a close-up.
Yep. Ah. No, you want it?
Yeah, just
Grab it and pull. All right. No, you want it?
yeah, just
Grab it and pull. All right. Here we go. All right.
all right. That is amber.
If we're gonna do a top coat, we have to wait till it cures completely.
Shout us in.
We did a
I'm not sure who that is.
food safe epoxy, so we don't have to top coat it. You can see the sparkles. I don't know how well this translates into video. Over here you may be able to see it some where the light's hitting it more.
Oh, I lost him. There we go.
This is actually not complete still. It's going to soften some more as it sets. By softening, I mean these areas of color will naturally flow and blend a little bit.
Oh, okay.
You can find Casey from my last video I posted. I tagged him in it, so just look at my most recent video and follow him throughout this process of renovating a house for just a few $1,000s and making hundreds of thousands of dollars in the process.
Yeah,
Yes.
Shadow, that's
You
my
don't
light
have to
amber.
top coat this. This is a food safe epoxy. I'm going to show you the backsplash up here. But you can absolutely top coat
I
it.
will. I will.
And you can top coat it with just another layer of clear epoxy. But any food safe clear
Thank you
coat
so
can be
much.
used as a top coat. There are many options.
It looks wicked, yeah. Trying to get.
If it looks pixelated, that's probably just your my phone connection or your cellular connection, one or the other.
Just a hint of purple, yeah. And I'm going to be doing another one in the smaller. Yeah, and the gold looks nice.
There aren't any air bubbles. We took care of all the air bubbles. The hairdryer takes care of the air bubbles. Oh, now I'm going to go away from it before I drip water from my sweaty brow on it. It is a humid day in Arkansas. It is a humid day in Arkansas. Well, I hope that was fun for you guys. Normally I do videos about it. I thought doing this on a live would be better. I appreciate everyone following me. If you haven't followed Casey yet, go to my most recent video. I have him tagged on the description there. You can find him and follow him throughout the whole remodel process. Bye, guys.